It is important to know that each of the planned actions within each goal listed in the Local Control and Accountability Plan must include information about the expenditures budgeted to support the planned actions. The required expenditure information includes 1. The amount of the expenditure, 2. Where the expenditure is located in the budget, and 3. The source of the funds used for the expenditure. An action may have one or more than one expenditure supporting it. The total amount of expenditures for an action should be reasonably sufficient. One of the 3 criteria an LCAP must meet in order to be approved is that the LEA's budget includes sufficient expenditures to implement the actions included in the LCAP. If an action has a relatively small expenditure or even no expenditures associated with it, some explanation might be given that addresses any lack of proportion between the action and its associated budgeted expenditures in the LCAP. Expenditures in the LCAP must be classified using the California School Accounting Manual, or CSAM for short. Classifying expenditures using CSAM provides a uniform and transparent method for locating items in the budget. Typically, an expenditure is classified in an LCAP using object code ranges. For example, you might see 1,000 through 1,999 for certificated personnel salaries, or 4,000 through 4,999 for books and supplies. Some LEAs will choose to use more specific object codes, such as 4,300 for materials and supplies. The object code number and/or the object title may be used. Including object titles with or without object codes will help stakeholders more actively engage with the LCAP. Each fund source for an expenditure must also be included. Some examples of common fund sources found in an LCAP include local control funding formula funds, commonly referred to as LCFF funds, Title I, II, or III funds, and foster youth grant funds. Sometimes LCFF funds will be further qualified as either LCFF base funds or LCFF supplemental and concentration funds. While this further qualification of LCFF funds is not required, some LEAs find it helpful to distinguish LCFF funds in their LCAP as either base or supplemental. Sometimes an expenditure will be associated with more than one action in an LCAP. When this occurs, please remember to indicate that the expenditure is duplicated and include a reference to the goal and action where the expenditure first appears in the LCAP. Without accurate documentation, adding up all of the budgeted expenditures in an LCAP would result in an inaccurate amount. The example on your screen shows that when an action has more than one expenditure, the information can be numbered to correlate amounts with source and budget reference. You will notice that in the LCAP year of 2017 to 2018, there are 2 amounts listed in the pink box labeled Amount. The first expenditure amount of $750,000 appears here in the LCAP for the first and perhaps only time. We can tell this because it is not qualified as duplicated from above. However, the second item in the amount box is listed as $500,000 and has a note next to it that reads, Duplicated expenditure from Goal 1, Action 2. Carefully accounting for each duplicated expenditure is a critical element of the LCAP process. For more information regarding the content in this video or the development of an LCAP, please email lcff@cde.ca.gov or visit our website at www.cde.ca.gov.